Hello, all you coffee enthusiasts, all you coffee lovers, all you coffee snobs out there. See, guys, I just want to say something. This time, I have got something which I really didn't like in the beginning from a brand which made something which was very silly according to me. But now I think I'm getting their vision why they took a different path towards specialty coffee. And this time, we're talking about Sleepy Owl Original Coffee. I wasn't able to get my hands on the whole beans, so I got a fine grind from a superstore nearby me. And I would like to say that in the beginning, I tried their coffee bags, and since I'm a coffee snob, in certain ways, I just enjoy specialty coffees. I wasn't happy with their product. Probably I wasn't getting the flavor notes in that coffee because the coffee itself wasn't so fresh enough for me. But now I realize why they took that transition, because a lot of people in India just stick to instant coffee, and I think their vision, according to me, is that they wanted to, initiate a revolution of bringing specialty coffee towards normal people so that they can also understand how nice coffee can be. So in the beginning, they brought those tea bag kind of things for coffee, and eventually they made this transition towards complete whole beans and fine grounded coffee. And honestly, according to me, it is a really great idea because these are not some coffees with no known origin, but they have complete origin. Like this one has been grown in Chikmagalur. Now it is a proper estate, a single origin. Now honestly, I am expecting something very similar to Blue Tokai, something very similar to Maverick and Farmer, something very similar to other specialty coffees that I have tasted, that I have loved since a very long time. See, coffee is my passion, and if it is yours as well, I would like to say right now, make sure to hit the subscribe button because it really helps us. And do tell me in the comment section that what other kind of coffee videos you would like to watch in the future. If you haven't watched the previous one, do check them out as well. Now, anyways, continuing with the video. So, talking about this coffee, I'm looking very forward to tasting this coffee and want to see, since they claim that it has some chocolatey note in it, but I want to see for myself what kind of flavor notes I'm gonna get out of this, and is it for people like me who like some fruity chocolatey mixture, or for other people who really like some kind of dark strong chocolate. So let's see what is in there. Without any more delay, let's make a nice cup of coffee. Okay guys, so finally here is a nice cup of coffee straight out of that bag of Sleepy Owl Original Coffee, which has been grown in the estate of Chikmagalur. I want to see, is it gonna give some real nice fresh flavor notes to me or not. Now they say that I'm gonna get some chocolatey flavor notes, but I want to see for myself what I'm gonna get out of this coffee. So let's begin with the nosing. Okay, so being honest about nosing, there is not much, but for sure there is certain subtle note that you get out of this coffee, and it is of, if I have to describe it, it is very similar to that milk chocolate and some kind of, or I would say a little bit hot chocolate kind of flavor that I'm getting in the aroma. So the basic aroma you can get out of it. Now I'm hoping that it is gonna be something medium, not very dark, harsh, or maybe very fruity, because none of those aromas I'm getting out of this coffee. So let's see what kind of taste I'm gonna get. Okay, so first thing first. See, I've already told you many times, if you haven't seen my previous videos, do watch them. in order to understand the tasting process, or subscribe. I'll be teaching you guys more about coffee tasting. The very first thing about coffee tasting that you should keep in mind is that you can't get all the flavors in the very first sip because of two reasons. Firstly, because it is very hot, and secondly, you have to let the palate absorb the flavors. And honestly, one thing is very prominent, that there is chocolate in it. Chocolatey flavor note, that is for sure. And that kind of chocolatey flavor note has some other flavors mixed with it. You have to allow your palate to absorb it. And it is not harsh chocolate, it is not soft chocolate. I won't say that it is dark chocolate or a milk chocolate, but something in between those two. All right, this flavor that I'm getting now is basically of you. Let me just simply explain to you what kind of flavor is this. If you have ever taken some kind of wood which has been drowned in water, and then you just kind of take the scent of that wood, that kind of similar flavor note I'm getting out of this coffee. Now I know this doesn't make sense, but when I say you get some harsh, dark, burnt wood flavors in some coffees, in the very similar way, it is a very mild coffee. You get mild chocolate, mild wet woody notes in it. So these are the very first and the prominent flavor notes that you get on the very first two sips. Now allow me to taste it a little bit more. And see, the very first thing I would say, and this is an honest opinion, this is not something I'm making from my own. I have tasted a lot of their sleepy old coffees in those, dipping bags which they used to make before. I think they still make those original flavors and other flavors as well. Now, the problem with those coffee bags was that they weren't fresh at all. And I don't think so. This fine grind is completely fresh and completely out of the estate since I have bought it from a supermarket. But the original thing about this coffee that I would like to say is that, see, in those tea bag kind of bags, I didn't get much out of that coffee. It was just a nice coffee, a nice mellow coffee, but the flavors weren't there. But in this coffee, there is a certain kind of difference. You get certain prominent flavors, and I think you can categorize this as a specialty coffee. Now, I would have loved if I could have got my hands on a whole beans. Maybe I'll try with some coffees in future as well. But for now, let's just try this one. Okay, now if you have ever tasted some dried bread, and that too along with some milk, that kind of flavor is also present in there. You take some old dried out bread and then bite on it and take some milk with it. That kind of flavor is also present in it. I'm not saying that's something very prominent. That's something I'm being reminded by this coffee. So all in all, these are the very first flavors. But along with flavor notes, I would say the wholeness of this coffee, the smoothness of this coffee is very nice. I mean, I have tasted a lot of coffees, and by the time that dark matter came to an end, that coffee was very harsh. And I would say that if you are not a kind of coffee lover who doesn't need some harsh coffee, don't go for dark matter at all, because it was really hard. But this one, see, it is a coffee which anyone who enjoys some real hard coffee, they can enjoy it. And some people who really enjoy some fruity flavor notes with a little bit chocolate, they can enjoy this coffee for sure. It's a really nice, kind of giving you a feel of milk, although I'm drinking it completely black. And along with that, there is a sense of what I would say as, a niceness in it, a warmth in it that you can enjoy just sitting and relaxing and eating something with it. probably some cake or some kind of waffle with this coffee, it would really taste good. That are my few impressions on this coffee. And one thing I'll say for sure, their vision I can understand now. The vision of Sleepy Owl Coffee. I think what they basically wanted to do, I don't know if it is their vision, but according to me, I think what they really wanted to do was that in the beginning they wanted to introduce to people the real Arabica coffee, the real flavors of Arabica coffee through some coffee bags, and then later on bring these nice coffee bags straight out of those estates and introduce people to let them make their own specialty coffees at home. So like I am enjoying my coffee, a lot of you people should also get yourself introduced to specialty coffee through these new brands. It would be really great and really enjoyable experiences. And then along with that, I would like to say, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Along with coffee tasting, I also bring adventure vlogs, moto vlogs, and some fun street photography stuff, and a little bit chit chat on my podcast AR Speaks on this channel itself. So for all that content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, enjoy yourself. Peace.
तो दोस्तों, जैसा कि आप देख सकते हो, आपकी वजह से मतलब इतना कुछ करते हैं हम, इतनी मेहनत करते हैं, यहाँ सारा ये फैल गया है रायता। सो प्लीज़ यार सपोर्ट किया करो। हो सकता है मैं पेट्रॉन भी शुरू कर दूँ, अपना पेट्रियन वगैरह, तो प्लीज़ सपोर्ट किया करो, बहुत हेल्प मिलती है उस चीज़ों से। बस इतनी बात कहना चाहते हैं हम आपको। कॉफ़ी का बहुत अच्छा कंटेंट लाएंगे, ख्याल रखो। बाय।